Good morning, beautiful family. Good morning, beautiful souls. Yeah, it's a powerful moment to turn the camera on when the flock of black cockatoos, the community, flew over, and there was a big eagle also flying first, and there's the swans down here, and there's a lot of powerful, beautiful seabirds and the ducks. So yeah, the black cockatoos, you heard their calling. It's a deep call to the soul that stirs up deep memories. Yeah, you know, that is what Ascension is about, remembering who we truly are on a soul level. And that remembrance process, that is the Kundalini awakening. That is a deep metamorphosis that that requires very special care, because in that process through all our chakras heal and reset and totally reset. So it's a time of total change as our body shifts from the carbon into the crystal liquid light. Yeah, for that we need to detox, and some people recommend teas and this, and I have been finding that tea does not help me with the hydration, and most people it doesn't help the hydration, the neuroplasticity, the detoxing, and we are a water body. So I'm coming to you here too from this powerful creek, and we can hear the water running down there and see it. And we've had a little dry time. There's an aqua phoenix sitting there. There's lots of water birds here. It's so important. So let's have a drink together while we also align again with source energy and the light that we are, our soul, our energy, our frequency is pure light. And to raise our frequency we need to detox. When we shift our water, we change. When we change our water to the return to origin water, it helps us in our journey to return to our origin, which is our soul. Excuse me for a second. I just need to turn this volume off. We return back to our soul essence, our embodied self, love and abundance, what we truly are. And that's a massive, massive shift, because we've been so conditioned. I invite you to listen to the last few days, the transmissions. They were very powerful. And whenever these transmissions come through, then I am deeper embodying. Also when we are repatterning the chakras, like for me it's very much the throat chakra and the base chakra. Lots of kookaburras this morning as well. They're calling. I've seen them everywhere this morning on my bike. They were all on trees everywhere I came. There was at least one or two. There were two sitting in the tree here behind me before as well. They've been following me all morning, and now they're not following. We've been meeting all morning. And they're here right now. You can hear they're laughing, they're calling. Yeah, very beautiful. So, it's a deep, deep journey, and The water is so important also when the water element comes up a lot. That's related to our emotional healing. You know, in this process, you might find yourself as well, like crying suddenly a lot because it's releasing the grief, the oil stagnations. It's just water being in flow that can come out of where we release water out of our body. And when we are restructuring our chakras and purifying, and this is a purgatory state, and some people expect that to be done in one ceremony or so. It's not done in one day. That requires dedication and devotion and a total reset. And we have been conditioned so strongly. That's the human condition. Imagine having lived in a certain way for 50 years, 60 years, 70, or even watch your children, how no matter how old they are, if they are 10 or 12 or 16 or 20, I can see already how their patterns, imagine that, having done that over 50 years. That doesn't shift in one. We can have big shifts in consciousness and big awarenesses and big healings, but then we need to integrate it, and for that we need to be still and actually become who we truly are. So with this water, it's a powerful vehicle for deep hydration, for deep purification, to assist us on this path of ascension, on becoming who we truly are. Everything is resetting. Money is also not money. Money is an energy. And the old slavery system, that's finished. As we are opening to the quantum financial system, it's very different. That's not contractual. That's not capped and based on giving your precious energy for money. It's not an exchange like that. Money is an energy. We use it to activate, and we are opening to receive it, and for that we need to open our body and our cells and deeply hydrate. So it's not business as it used to be. Nothing is as it used to be. So what I'm sharing here every day is also a living diary. A living diary. As I share with you every day, you're watching me change. I speak to what I have been going through so that it helps you. And maybe it's crazy that this isn't in a container where you send activations, but this is how I'm guided to. And you can send activations to me if you like. You can send them to my PayPal or so. You can activate, you can use money to activate it. And then you receive, you're activating money to align with soul and love. We're not using money for our ego satisfaction. We are shifting the whole way around with money, because money is an energy. Money is love. Money is like water. It's meant to flow and be shared, not hoarded and held with scarcity concepts. And that's often the deepest programming, because we've taken that on from our parents. We've eaten it, even the food they bought with their scarcity concepts or whatever. That's how it went deeply into our body. It's interesting. My parents used to, in Germany, you used to go and buy water, mineral water. And my mother was always buying the water, carrying it home, had to carry the big, heavy. There was always some kind of fight or so and discussion about water. Like, incredible. But anyway, I'm saying this with unconditional love, but the fight about water is real. That's even in our body, and then expressed on the outside. There's countries fighting about water or oil or resources, all this nonsense where they are destroying, killing people and land, like all this nonsense. But it begins in the humans. If they have grown up with war inside the body, because the bodies were dehydrated, the bodies were in survival mode, the bodies were brainwashed and conditioned. What do we expect from the next generation? Yeah, all the circumcised men, cut off, circumcised from the heart. They are all the countries that are fighting. Yeah, that's all linked. The heart is locked. The bodies are dehydrated. The bodies are toxic. It's all run on the greed and the resources and the fighting and the nonsense. Yeah, and then all this eco bullshit. I live in an eco village, but there's a lot of bullshit of all the eco stuff. Did you hear about all this? Have you heard about all the solar panels? Yes, that seems so great at first, but you buy them, they're full of toxic materials, and then they only last like 10 or 15 years. And then there are always upgrades, so you need to upgrade. They don't all last very long. They can leach into the water. They poison people. They poison the land. It's nonsense. It's all such nonsense. Anyway, so coming home to the heart and who we truly are and how to truly live here on earth, humans are really messing this up. Yeah, and there's us way showers here who are the forerunners of the shift into back to natural living and coming back to our nature. And it has to start with water. If you talk about that but then drink alcohol and coffee and you're not flowing and hydrated, it's fake, because we are water here. If we don't care about our waters on this water planet, it's fake. Yeah, and we can't even do anything about that because we have been toxified. We've been literally poisoned and put under amnesia. So I'm not telling anybody off. I'm saying this with unconditional love, but it's time to wake up. And that requires free choice. But how much free choice does someone have who is drugged and poisoned? Yeah? You see that if someone is drunk, how much free choice do they actually really have? True free choice. And if you are poisoned, if we are poisoned because we are continuously poisoned, we cannot make proper choices. If we are used to only toxic relationships, we cannot even choose a proper partner. So there's such a big reset necessary, and it begins with the water. If we don't purify our water, we are toxic. Yeah, and if we don't have water that goes deep into the cells, we stay toxic. No matter how many cleanses and parasite cleanses and all this nonsense someone does, if the water isn't right, nothing is going to change. Then we don't even have water that transports all the nutrients through the body. So it's the biggest, most important investment to make into ourselves, into our water, and thus the water on the planet, and the peace and the harmony and the coherence. Yeah. So. Yeah. Love and light is not just all love and light and la-di-da. Love is fierce and love is truth. Love is an energy. Yeah, love is just truthful. It says it how it is. Yeah, that is true love and light. Truth and the light. This is love and light. I am love and light, but I am who I am, not a fake version. I have been becoming who I truly am out of the fakeness and the conditioning into who I truly am. I am not how I used to be, who I was last year. I'm not who I was yesterday anymore. I'm continuously rebirthing. So sometimes the people that have put us in a box, they are also, if they don't align anymore, they disappear because they still view us from their old perception. And then, yeah, but some are rising with us, some are changing with us, some are rebirthing with us. And if you like to rebirth, with me, with the water, to become the love and light that you truly are, this love and light, the truth, pure divine energy, then get in touch. And then we fly like the black cockatoos They stand, you can look up the totem message, they stand for community, for unity in community, for collaboration. Yeah, our ancestors are in the birds and the return of the bird tribes. Read that book. It's very, very powerful. If you like, if you feel called to. If you're looking for something to read. And yeah, let's rise together. Let's rise and shine together. And keep shifting our body and embody our divine soul into our body. Yeah, becoming, being truly who we are, the radiant light, not dimming for anybody or anything. Coming fully on. Yeah, and being courageous enough to enter this process that requires deep alone time. Otherwise we lose ourselves in the other and in relationships and keep projecting and keep distracting. Sacred alone time is so important for that. Sometimes for some years to walk alone, to know who we truly are, instead of always caring for another or being in a relationship in the old codependency. Yeah, we need to be finding out really who we truly are before we can truly partner, instead of just latching onto somebody. Yeah, lots of powerful messages coming through. I gotta go now. I might come on later again. And wishing you a beautiful morning. Much love and blessings of truth. And may the light illuminate it all. We are not anymore the same after this last full moon that deeply transformed us. Yeah, and when we work with the water, we are not the same after every zip of water, of restructured water. We are restructuring. Yeah, so have a magical morning. Rainbow plasma light, embodying, breathing, grounding in with every breath, letting the soul come deeper into the body, all our energy, all our multidimensional self.